It was 3:02 a.m. when I hit send.
Just 2 words, I'm sorry. I didn't plan it. I hadn't rehearsed it.
But lying awake in bed, replaying every harsh word, every silent moment, every chance I wasted to make things right, it suddenly felt unbearable. I knew deep down I had to send that message right then, even though I had no idea what would happen next. And let me tell you exactly why that seemingly simple text, 2 little words at an unreasonable hour, changed my life and relationship forever. Because here's the uncomfortable truth we rarely talk about openly: real apologies are not comfortable.
They're messy. They're impulsive. And they're raw.
Sending "I'm sorry" at 3 a.m. isn't a sign of weakness or desperation. It's a sign that you finally understand the magnitude of what's at stake. Why 3 a.m. apologies hit differently? Have you ever noticed how everything feels heavier at night? Science tells us that late at night, our emotional barriers are lower. At 3 a.m., your mind finally quiets down. Your ego rests.
The truth comes out clearer than ever.
Carl Jung called these moments the dark night of the soul, times when we face our deepest truths, unfiltered and raw.
That night, the silence forced me to realize something painful. I'd been more worried about protecting my pride than protecting my relationship.
I'd fought stubbornly to be right, without seeing what it was costing me, the person I loved most.
Sending that "I'm sorry" text wasn't just about fixing an argument.
It was about reclaiming the truth of who I wanted to be, a person strong enough to admit when they've hurt someone deeply.
What happened immediately after sending the message? After hitting send, I felt relief, but also dread. Seconds turned into minutes. The screen stayed dark, silent. Panic set in. What if they never reply?
What if this ruins everything? Have you ever been there, hovering between relief and regret right after you apologize? If so, you understand exactly what I mean. That vulnerability is terrifying.
But then, my phone buzzed. My heart stopped. Their reply was just one sentence: "I've waited months for you to really mean that." It hurt to read. But it also gave me hope.
It showed me something crucial I'd overlooked. People don't just want apologies, they crave sincerity, vulnerability, and real emotional risk.
And this is where most apologies fail miserably.
We often say "I'm sorry," but what we're really saying is, can we please stop fighting? Can we just go back to normal?
But normal isn't good enough when hearts are wounded. You have to go deeper.
The true psychology of saying "I'm sorry," Viktor Frankl once wrote, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response." An apology done right is precisely that, a deliberate choice to fill that space with compassion instead of pride, vulnerability instead of defensiveness. But what truly makes an apology powerful is honesty about why you're apologizing. Saying "I'm sorry" without acknowledging the real pain you've caused is meaningless.
True apologies are about ownership.
Here's a simple formula that you can use right now. State your apology clearly: "I'm sorry." Acknowledge exactly what you did wrong: "I hurt you deeply when I said."
Express understanding of their pain: "I see how deeply this affected you." Commit to changing: "I'll work to never repeat this."
If you skip even one of these steps, your apology loses power. But when you do this right, even at 3 a.m., you create a genuine opening for healing. What my 3 a.m. apology taught me about relationships: when I got that reply, it opened the door, not just to forgiveness, but to real conversation.
That night, in the quiet darkness, we finally spoke about everything we'd been avoiding, the hidden resentments,
the tiny misunderstandings that grew enormous over time,
the love we still felt beneath all the hurt.
By sunrise, our relationship wasn't magically perfect, but it was honest, real, and stronger than before. That 3 a.m. apology didn't just save our relationship, it transformed it entirely.
Here's what I need you to know clearly: real relationships aren't destroyed by conflict.
They're destroyed by unresolved conflict, by apologies never sent, by truths never spoken.
If you're awake at 3 a.m. right now, thinking about someone you hurt, send the text. It's not too late. It's never too late if you mean it. What if they don't reply? I hear your fear. What if they don't forgive me?
What if this makes things worse?
Here's a hard but freeing truth: a sincere apology isn't about getting a guaranteed outcome. It's about expressing who you truly are and who you're choosing to become. You can't control their response, you can only control your honesty, vulnerability, and courage. When you apologize sincerely, you set yourself free from regret, from guilt, from endless what-ifs. Even if they never reply, you've done your part. You've made room for peace in your own heart, and that alone is priceless. How to make sure your apology changes everything? If you genuinely want your apology to matter, you must remember 3 powerful principles. 1. Vulnerability is your strength.
As Brené Brown famously said, vulnerability is the birthplace of connection.
Embrace vulnerability, especially when it terrifies you. 2. Timing matters less than sincerity.
3 a.m. or 3 p.m., what truly matters is that your words reflect genuine remorse.
Don't apologize strategically, apologize honestly. 3. Actions reinforce words. Apologies without change become meaningless quickly. If you promise to change, you must follow through. Real trust isn't rebuilt with words alone, it's rebuilt with consistent actions over time. Pause for a second and think, who needs your sincere apology right now? What's holding you back from sending it? Whatever that fear is, pride, rejection, vulnerability, face it. Because on the other side of that fear is freedom. Trust me, I've lived it.
Why people share this story, and why you should too. People don't just share stories because they're entertaining. They share stories that touch something real inside them.
Stories that say, you're not alone. I've felt that too. That's why you're here. And that's why you're about to share this with someone who needs it.
Because apologies aren't easy, but they're necessary. Because every relationship, at some point, survives only because someone had the courage to say those 2 terrifying yet powerful words, I'm sorry. Share this video now, tag the person you know who needs it most. Because apologies change relationships, relationships change lives, and your courage can inspire someone else to finally send that one message they've been holding back.
Your next step, right now, send the apology you know you need to send.
In the comments, tell me this, have you ever sent a late-night apology text?
What happened next?
Subscribe to this channel for more genuine, raw, relationship-transforming content each week. Above all, remember this, no relationship survives without apologies. And no apology truly matters unless it's sincere.
Don't wait until the silence becomes permanent.
Reach out now, at 3 a.m., at noon, whenever your heart demands it. Trust me, you'll never regret sincere courage, but you'll always regret words left unsaid.